Welcome to TMM 2.0. As Pastor Chandler said, we're excited that you're able to join us tonight. And as Pastor Chandler already revealed the secret, but yes, we have two presenters tonight. All you're going to be blessed. So I'm so excited to hear what they have to share with you guys. You definitely want to stay tuned in. And then also, if you're going to be watching the replay, make sure you watch it all the way through because you're not going to want to miss it. Yes, it's going to help us prepare for the media day. If those of you who are not able to join us in person for the media day, whatever media that you're going to do, where you're going to be doing some type of PR for your business, your brand, these are definitely going to be some nuggets and things that you want to make sure that you keep at the forefront of your mind when you're doing anything about marketing, PR, and anything like that. So they have some great nuggets to share with you who are people who are already doing this. So yeah, and make sure you just jot down your questions that you have, ask the questions that you have to just kind of help you replay. Let's see, I will have to watch the replay because I have to hop off early. Okay, thank you, Michelle, for letting us know. But yeah, make sure you watch the replay. And Michelle, if there's any questions that you can think of that you want us to ask, because you know you're going to hop off, but you have these questions, put them in the chat and we'll make sure that we ask them for you. So when you go back to watch the replay, we can definitely make sure we have our presenters answer those questions, okay? So make sure you do that for us if you do have to hop off early. But thank you for joining us tonight. I'm not going to belabor the point with a lot of announcements because they're mostly the announcements that we kind of talked about already. So I'm going to make sure that we're going to start off prepared so we leave ample time for our presenters to present. So yeah, I'll toss it back to Pastor Chandler to open us up.
Awesome. Let's pray. And then Keonna B, we're coming towards you. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the night. Father, we thank you for this practitioner masterclass. These entrepreneurs that you allowed us to steward have been imparted to. They have been informed. They even seen some things shift with their income, God. Now the next level is to execute on their brand and on your plan. Holy Spirit, we welcome you into this session. Let it be clear. Bring back any thoughts, any details, any strategies that Sade and I may have for them, Lord God. And we just thank you for your wisdom and your anointing being here with us right now. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. Awesome. Well, speaking as we toss to you, Keonna, as you see the questions that some of them may have, the foyer area, we're in a toss-up between the parlor and the foyer area, but I think Sade told me the foyer areas we're going to be looking at doing most of the creative work. So you know how it looks inside the new sanctuary, that backdrop and stuff. So the ladies are already asking what type of colors to potentially stay away from when it comes to change your outfits. That might be a question. But anyway, I'm just talking to you anyway. I know you're going to present, but you see the question. Ladies and gentlemen, Keonna B.
Thank you, PC, as I call him. I don't know if you guys call him PC, but I call him PC. But thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you, Sade. I am so excited to be with you all and talk through this process. I'm also admitting I'm a little nervous, guys. But we are talking about confidence. So I'm excited to share anything that I have gone through, grow from, and learn from that. Hopefully it encouraged you and get you prepared for this amazing shoot that you all have coming up. So I guess I'll jump right in since the first question was, and then I'll go into a little bit of presentation so that we don't miss anything out. So any colors we should stay away from, and can we change outfits? Any colors you want to stay away from? I would ask this: the shoot that's in the foyer, is it mostly against like the gray wall area? Or I know we have that flag part that has like that color wall that's like kind of orange.
No, it's not going to be against the wall. I don't know if you've seen some of the interviews that they've done in the foyer before, but it's like you can see the background, but it's not like, it's more of, I would say, like the grayish, the light grayish, the whitish tone. So it's not going to be against that color background.
Okay, great. So with that question, then you really want to think about when you're on camera, you want to use colors that's going to translate through camera really good. So you want to think about bright and bold colors. So you want to think about maybe like your oranges, your yellows are really good. Even for my ladies, your pinks, like this rose, those are really good colors you want to go for. So you want to think of a color that's going to stand out and really pop on camera. But not just that, that's going to match your skin tone. So whatever color that is good for your skin tone. If you're more like a brown skin tone like myself, I want to bring out those like pinks looks really good on my skin tone. Orange looks good on my skin tone. Red looks good on my skin tone. So think about those colors that work with your skin tone, but also that's going to come through on camera really great and really bright. That's going to make you look vibrant. So I hope that's a little helpful. If we can change outfits, I think that will be more so a question Sade can answer about the outfit change, that second portion.
Yeah, so if you want to, especially because we have the headshot in the interviews, if you want to do a different outfit from the headshot to the interviews, you can. There will be time to change. I actually have drafted the logistics schedule, so I definitely will make sure that there's time. We have transition times, so it's time for you to change when you go from one set to the next, okay? So yes, you can have 2 different outfits if you would like.
Yes, and also with headshots, guys, you can also think about if you do a suit and a top, a nice blazer. Now I would think for headshots, you want to keep it a little bit more subtle, so not as bold as you might go for more of a full body shot that's maybe more particular to your brand. I see the question is, should our outfit match our brand colors? And I always say yes. Because if you think about your logos that you're going to be putting out there, you really want to make sure you're on topic with your brand and everything is cohesive with your brand and your colors. So I would definitely say whatever your colors are for your brand, definitely try to pull that out in your shoot so it looks really good contrast against your logos if you're going to be adding that to your pictures or anything like business cards. So I would say do that. All right. Is that all the questions? Yes. So I've been tasked with the duty today to talk about confidence. And pretty much what I took from that is how to show up for your business and your brand in confidence. And that can be really hard sometimes where we are starting out, whether you're an entrepreneur who's been doing it for 1 year or 1 month, or whether you've been doing it for 10 years. Having that confidence to walk into the room is going to be so important in how you build your brand and how you represent yourself. And so you are your brand model. That's how I look at it. Everywhere I go, I'm representing Keonna B Styles. And so that means as a stylist, I have to carry that brand everywhere I go. Now, let's be honest, not every day if you see me in Walmart, I may not look like Keonna B Styles. I'm just going to look like Keonna. But when we're thinking about going somewhere and when we're presenting ourselves in the room that we're entering, you want to make sure that you look like your brand. What is your brand mission? What is your brand goals? And what is your brand target audience? You should dress for the audience that you want to be a part of your brand that you're trying to engage. So in that case, that's how you want to represent yourself. And that means you may not have to box yourself. As a stylist, I dress people from different styles of category. So I'm able to go in and out and still be myself and bring my personality to my own personal wardrobe. But it's important that I show up and I'm confident in what I'm wearing, because a lot of times, even some people may say, I wouldn't wear that, but Keonna, that looks great on you. And that's because I'm not going to let the outfit wear me. I'm going to wear the outfit. And so you're going to wear your brand when you have the confidence that you need. And that can take time. And so for me, it's interesting to talk about confidence because if you guys knew me, I was probably the most low self-esteem person that you could ever meet or maybe encounter. And so I realized that I had to build something within myself and I had to start being honest with myself. And that's how I began to have confidence. I was honest about what the things that I struggle with and the things that challenged me. And I had to embrace those things. And I had to also be okay knowing that I'm going into an industry that there's 1,000 stylists and wardrobe stylists and people who love doing beauty and content and being creative director as well. But one thing I live by, or a mission, or I would say a video that stuck in my head. It was a video that I saw on social media, and I think it's more so audio. This is before Reels was real. So this is a really long time ago. And someone said, Rihanna knew that there was MAC makeup. She knew that there was Maybelline. She knew that there was Laura Mercier. She knew that there was Charlotte Tilbury, all those amazing makeup brands. She knew that they were out there, but she still created Fenty, y'all. She still created this $1 billion makeup brand, knowing that there were so many other brands out there. And so you have to do the same thing when it comes to your business and your brand. No matter how many of us out there doing what you're doing, there is none like you. You are the Rihanna. You are the whatever your brand name is. You are that. That is your brand, and your brand brings something different than any other brand that's doing what you're doing. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the gift and the talent that God gave you, and the creativity and the structure and the planning and the vision he gave you to go after that thing. And so you don't want to get in a mindset and the frame of comparing what your peers in that same industry are doing, those who may be doing it for years. Focus on the thing that you bring special to the table about your brand and build from that. Use your uniqueness as a thing that sticks out so that you can grow your brand and make people want to work with you. One thing I value when it comes to my brand is customer service. And that is so important too when it comes to confidence, because even if you feel like you don't have all the resources, all the tools that other people may have based on what you're doing, if you have that personality to touch somebody and make them feel good about themselves, and this is me really speaking from my perspective as a stylist, when I'm introducing myself to clients and getting to know them, regardless of how high they are on the chart, working with city councilmen or authors, or even working with models in the industry, or just working with the everyday woman who just want to look beautiful for her birthday, so she is splurging and getting herself a stylist like myself. No matter who I'm working with, I want them to feel like them and Keonna are the best of friends. Like, Keonna has my back. And so with that, I have to walk into these rooms with confidence. I have to make sure that I'm presenting myself as if, even if I don't know it all, as if I know it all. As I say, fake it till you make it, but you really want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward, your head is high, and you're believing in what you're talking about. If you don't believe it, or you're a little nervous about it, or you're a little shaky about it, a lot of times that's going to come across to your consumer, which is going to cause them to be a little hesitant about your product or your service that you are trying to sell to them. Because at the end of the day, we are selling something to someone, whether it's ourselves, our brand, or actual product we have. We are selling some form of a service. And the best sellers are the ones who are confident, right? They're the ones who are able to get you to buy into whatever the product is that they want you to get. We love Chick-fil-A. And I always say having that Chick-fil-A customer service is going to go a long way sometimes than just having an amazing product, because the service makes the difference. I'm not huge on Chick-fil-A fries. I prefer McDonald's fries, y'all. But because Chick-fil-A service is so much better, I'd rather go through Chick-fil-A long line than maybe do a shortcut to McDonald's, because of their service and their confidence in their product and what they produce within their employees. And so you have to think about all that starts with believing in yourself, having confidence in your brand, and building from there. So I felt like I said a little bit of a mouthful, but I did want to take a moment and see if we have any questions. Okay. Right, exactly. Finn is the main reason she is a
So,
billionaire. Oh, go
so
ahead.
to what you said, do you think, and I'm learning too, I'm a male, so it's a little different. But can that be, does that confidence, is it seen, you've done thousands of reels, you have helped influencers that I know in our church and outside the church, saved and unsaved, but professional with their confidence. Even my wife, Lady A, you are part of watering that seed of confidence in her as she stepped forth in what she does in ministry. My question is, is that really seen sometimes? Does it show up on camera if we're not confident? And how do we sort of like understand that that might be a dope picture, but it's not the best we can bring? Like, so how do we bring our best self to a shoot or to our branding moment where that confidence that God placed on the inside is leaked through? You have any thoughts or terms or ideas that you can sort of help structure our minds for someone who's more like logical and like, hey, you know, I think I'm good, I look good, but how do we make sure we know we look good before they say we look good? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think in that sense, find a ritual, find something that is going to empower you as you're on your way to that photo shoot. And if you're someone who might be thinking a little bit more rigid, you're like, oh, I think I look good, I feel good, or I feel like this outfit's hitting, but you really want that to zoom on camera. It's all about getting your mindset in the proper frame. So for me, I would say that would be more so whether those are on the way there, you are saying affirmations to yourself. You're listening to a certain song that really gets you in that mindset because you really want it to glow. Like when you walk out of your car and you're going to that shoot or that presentation, you want to be in the best atmosphere as possible. So even if you feel that way already, I think it's really good to still do those things that are going to help you even get your mindset and counteract anything, because sometimes we can be there and we think we're good, and then you open that door and immediately you're like, oh, it shuts down. You can feel yourself like become small. And so I think having those type of rituals that will help you, the affirmation, the songs that you play in your mind that like put you in that space will help. And so as to that, even a PC say, also with what you wear too, to even chime in on that. Even if your outfits don't, make sure it's an outfit that you feel good in. And so believe it or not, certain colors brings that out of you. So when you find yourself, you wear a lot, and that doesn't mean like you wear a lot of black that you're gloom, but you'd be surprised how when you put on something that's a little bit bold, and you'd be surprised how much it lifts your spirit up and how much it actually makes you look a little brighter and fuller. So also think about your wardrobe, what you're wearing. That's going to be a big part of it as well when you want to think about your confidence and how you present your brand. And sometimes just adding a little color. So a lot of my stuff is going to come from a styling perspective, guys. As a stylist, these are things I see in my clients a lot of times. Bringing them out their box a little bit, it helps you exude yourself and see yourself in another light.
I wanted to say
Dress.
something.
Yes.
Can I interject or ask a question or say something? Hey, I'm gonna try to do this as I'm momming it. So like one of the things that I've noticed, I ain't no stylist or nothing, but I think I got an eye. And one of the things that I've noticed is, and what I try to tell like people that maybe I mentor or even not even trying to mentor, because I always have been the person that stand out in the group, and I be the one I'm the one that people, I'm like, FaceTime me your outfit, let me see. And then I'm like, what else you got? That I'm that friend. I'm the what else you got friend. But what I've noticed, because I started trying to study stuff, I was like, okay, I started trying to study people. And like my husband told me, he told me, he told me about me personally. He said, when you walk into a room, you look like you are somebody. Like, and I'm like, okay, what is, so I'm trying to figure out, okay, what does that mean? What am I doing that I'm giving off as soon as I come in that I look like somebody, right? And I don't know if it's necessarily confidence or whatever, because sometimes I be feeling bad. But when I paid attention, I was wondering if you could speak to this. I started watching other people, and I realized I was like, okay, Chanel, like I did debutante. So, and I did beauty pageants. So it was ingrained in me to sit up straight. If I catch myself sitting like this, I automatically correct myself and I automatically sit up straight. I realized that I walk with long steps, right? Because I did pageants. The way I sit down, I'm sitting down a certain type of way. I'm crossing my legs. I'm like kind of moving with intention and moving with grace. Now I will tell you, I'm sure a lot of that was ingrained in me from being a former beauty pageant person. So then I watch other people and I'm like, okay, a lot of women. Oh, and I love heels. So when you wear, I always have heels on. So when you wear heels, you have to walk a certain way or you're gonna trip. So that has shaped me in the way that I walk. So I watch other women, and I guess it's ladies on here. Sorry, Pastor Chandler. Especially if you don't wear heels, you're sliding your feet. I'm watching. I'm like, oh, quick, pick up your feet. I would want to tell somebody. I want to be like that mama, like on tap back of their leg. Pick your feet up, or you're slunched over, or you're just kind of, your shoulders are down, and you can have the baddest outfit, or you look slumpy, or your overall presentation when you sit down and you're talking to someone. Are you caved in? Do you look welcoming? All of those things I think got ingrained in me, but I was wondering if you could kind of speak to just what's the energy what can, I guess, give someone some tips or talk to the energy you bring with your presence as you glide through Cause I know that that is so powerful. It's been places I've gone somewhere, someone come up to me, oh, I can tell you the boss. I'm like, how you know I'm the boss? You know, like, no, I'm the boss now. So yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to be silly, but I'm serious too at the same time.
No, absolutely. That's good, Prophet Chanel. You're hitting on the head, because that also, your confidence also starts in your body language. And so, like you said, you can have on a bad outfit, you can be your Olivia Pope outfit down, but if your, body language doesn't do that, if you're walking in a room with your head down, people are automatically gonna be like, oh, that's a cute outfit, and they're just gonna keep it moving. They're not gonna see the boss inside of you. So yes, I do agree. Put on those heels, because I do feel like women, when we wear heels, it just make us strut. Like, we just feel like, okay, like it automatically gives you a better posture. So I totally agree with that. And so I think putting on that outfit, walking into that room, believing in yourself, like walking there like you are Beyonce. Okay. And I don't even like to use other people's names all the time. I'm like, I am Keonna B. Like, and that's the room I'm walking into. And so I think that's going to be important when it comes to your confidence. Start by walking with your head. Never look down. Hold your head high. Smile. That makes a difference. When you smile and you greet people, that shows them like, oh, she's confident. A little, hey, how you doing? Hi. Nice smile. Just greeting people as you're walking into any room, just at the beginning of the door. And you'll be surprised, because some people may have the resting face and they just need somebody to say, hey. And so immediately you do that, you're shifting the atmosphere in that room. And so now people are looking like you, like, who's this girl bringing this energy? Who's this man bringing this energy? So I think all that takes place as you shine it, bringing your personality out. When you're in a room, you just got to put on the alter ego of yourself, if that makes sense. Even if you're like, oh, I'm an introvert, I don't do all that. You got to turn on that alter ego. You got to find that inside of you, and then walk into that within that room. Tell yourself, if you got to speak to yourself, like I said, you get out of the car, start thinking, I got this. I am this person. I am a boss. I am a business owner. And you just walk into that room with that confidence, that in mind as you're doing it. And then, yes, when you sit down and don't just like hurry up and sit down. Take your time, cross your legs, like give yourself the space to show that you belong in this room. And so I think all that, Prophet Chanel said, and with those additional tips, that should really help you as you're presenting yourself, because people are watching you. The minute you walk in, they're watching everything you do. Don't hide in a corner. Get out and mingle. Try to introduce yourself for others. And then to know the person that you're sitting beside, especially if you're at a conference or something. Get to know that person. Say your name. All that's going to play in fact as you're building your brand and your business and even your confidence. And the more you do it, the more you're going to become confident as you go into other spaces and other rooms. And you won't count yourself out or count yourself small.
Good. One of the
Does
things
that speak to what you're asking?
yeah. One of the things that came out last night during the prophetic sessions that we did was confidence. That was a prophetic marching order, and I've been thinking about when that came out, and I was aligning it with what we've been doing here at TMM, and the concept of, best known beats best every time, and pivoting as an entrepreneur who's used to generating revenue by doing it like this, and coming from unhiding yourself from the emails, or unhiding yourself from just a DMs or just a landing page, and becoming the landing page in real life, or becoming the person who can convert in real time through a conversation with someone at lunch. That's going to take that. And I thought about it, a lot of times when I think about it, and I'm not trying to shift gears, going to go back to you, Keonna, whatever content you have for us tonight, but I think about Joshua grieving Moses, and I think about God telling Joshua to be strong and telling him to take courage. And what was that about? That was a prophetic order to change his personality for his mandate. That you're usually used to being the second man, or you're usually used to being subpar, as to show your uniqueness or your humility or your meekness is necessary to serve Moses to be a second or third man in charge. But now you're the one giving out orders. So I need you to have courage. Don't need you to be hesitant. And for some of us, stepping forth in your business as a Christian, as a believer, is we're going to have to eventually start believing, and even allowing what God said about us to be seen through our art, be seen through our messaging, be seen through our pictures, be seen through our talking. And when you look at it that way, Now you understand, like, Holy Spirit, I give you my emotions. God, I dip my soul in the blood of Jesus. Help me step forth and step into this concept, this moment, this speaking engagement, the way you want me to step forth, because it's all about you. And then when you look at it like that, you're not just, it's not self-serving. And I think it's a trick of the enemy. Like when you said that, Prophet Chanel, last night, I think it's a trick of the enemy for a lot of Christians to feel like being confident is wrong. To stepping forth is not necessary, but it is, especially in the climate we're in right now, with what God placed on the inside of us. It is. So I just wanted to say that. Great. All right, cool. That's all.
No, I think that's good, PC, because one thing I do ask out for me, I ask God for confidence. And so I asked him when Keonna walks in the room, or Keonna B style, should I say, ask him for confidence. God, give me your confidence. So it's not just confidence within myself, but the confidence you already placed in me for my brand, for my business. So when I'm walking into that room, all that is exuded. It's not just me presenting myself, but God's giving me that extra sauce that I need, that I may be feeling lack of. So I ask for his confidence on top of that. So I think it's so good what you just said, because you're mirroring both of them. I think if you have God, you have confidence, you're gonna win in any room you walk into. So absolutely, I'm with it on that. PC said, and I think it's also important to, if you haven't started in small spaces, find things in your local town where they have networking events. Start going to those networking events, because that's going to get you more familiar with being in rooms that God want to put you in, doors that you want to go into. You're like, I don't deserve a seat at this table, but God got me here. And so you want to be prepared for that. So definitely start venturing off so you can build those confidence and surround yourself around people. I think it's amazing to have this KBN network. And as you guys are giving tools for entrepreneurs, this is such an opportunity to give you the resources that so many people don't have in the rooms that you are actually walking into. A lot of people don't have a lot of this. And the fact that you guys are offering this, it is amazing, because you're already being set apart as an entrepreneur. You have the tools, you have the resources, and you have the guy on top of it. And so I think putting yourself in a space and being around other motivating people, of like-minded people, y'all can bounce off of each other. I think that's going to help with your confidence too. Being around a group of people who are going after what you're going after in their own arena, own area of entrepreneurship, and being surrounded by that, it's going to help build your confidence and you pay attention to them. Prophet Chanel say that I watch other people. That can be very helpful, as watching them, not to compare, but watching them to grow. And I do the same thing. You watch them to grow from them. Okay, what is this person doing? How does she command attention? How does he command attention like this? Wow, they speak really confident, elegant. I was just at the GSL leadership, and I thought about all those leaders who went on stage. They just had their stuff together. I'm like, I don't even know if they're reading our projectors or not, but they were able to speak so clearly into whatever they were talking about, and you were able to buy into just about every speaker conversation on what they were saying. And I think it's important to keep yourself in the room around those that you are inspired by, and having that group and having those friends that will also, like Prophet Chanel said, who would say, girl, what you got on? But also, girl, practice with me. Okay, I want to learn how to be able to go in a room and sell my brand. How do I do that? And so that's good to have a team, or even if it's just two of you all that you go together. Sometimes that's okay, especially at the beginning. Maybe go with somebody, and so that you can have that confidence to know I have a peer beside me, or someone who's going to push me or help me or introduce me to somebody as well. I also want to stop here again for any questions. Don't go to networking events hungry. Absolutely. You don't want to be caught stuffing your face the whole time. That's important.
But yeah, because like, sometimes you'll go to a networking event. I know that was kind of funny, but seriously, like one of the best things you can do is go to networking events full, so that you don't have no attitude, because when you're hungry, you don't want to talk to nobody, you be mad, you be hangry. But okay, so as a stylist, this is like one of my favorite subjects, obviously, because I came alive for the camera. For you, I came on camera for you. It's so important, because Holy Spirit had to. I always tell my testimony about how the Lord got me together, even though I've always been relatively quote unquote stylish because it's in my genes. But one of the things that I had to do was I put in the comments, create systems around like what's going to help me show up and what's going to help me feel my best. And what's the even I don't care if we're in the midst of a famine, what's the bare minimum, right? I'm already like, hey, if the world shut down, Chanel, what you gonna do? Like, I'm already game planning, like, we're not gonna be out here looking rough, so, like, I have bare minimums and like nice to have. So, like, for example, I did have a very expensive habit of eyelash extensions. Since then we are paying for soccer camps and all kind of other stuff. So I have forgoed eyelash extensions, but I went and bought me a pack of eyelashes. I said, you know what, when I gotta show up somewhere, y'all not gonna catch me without no lashes, like out in public, right? Y'all not gonna catch me. So like lashes, nails, hair, basic, like I went in years ago. I'm still riding. I probably need to get something updated. But I had got a personal style consultation from a stylist, and I was like, okay, I need you to help me figure out what my style was. And I have a mix of a boho chic look. So I started to find clothes that fit my body type after I had a baby, so that I could feel confident and feel beautiful and feel bold and still wear the same confidence like I would have, in my different body. So it was just all of those things, like just really being intentional about my appearance. And I feel like as people of faith, sometimes we don't talk about those things because we, as women, we were taught like, oh, it's Jezebel, you got red lipstick on. I mean, I think we've grown past that, but I do believe that there is a movement for the ladies, a movement of feminine, classy women for Christ, that can dress in their femininity without fear of being ostracized. They can show up bold and confident and don't got to have a muumuu on or whatever. I just wanted to know if you can like speak on what would you say are like go-tos or must-haves, or how can someone figure out what's their things that they need if you were to be advising like Tiffany or Michelle or Fleet, and you were to say, hey, you know what, as entrepreneur, I know you're getting ready to go on the speaking circuit. I know you get ready to show up on live. Like, here's some things based on blah, blah, blah. I don't, this might be a little loaded. What would you have in your toolkit? What systems would you create for somebody like that?
Yeah, it's almost like a styling kit, like what your basic style items are, clothing items you need in your closet. So absolutely, as someone who's going to be speaking publicly, I always say for a woman, you need a good suit. And even if that's just your basic black suit, you need a good, if that's a black suit, that's fine. Because you know what, that black suit can be worn by 100 times. And so once you have your black suit, now you have a black blazer. And that blazer, it can be worn with any top that you have, at any pair of bottoms that you have. Whether you have a pair of jeans and you're going to throw in some black pumps with it, and you decide I'm going to do a white top and go for more classic look, or if you decide I'm going to do a striped shirt. So when we're talking about shirts, I also think having a white button up is key. So we're talking about just the basic fundamentals in your closet that you can navigate from so many looks. I'm going to give you guys those now. So we got our black suit, and you need a white button up. A white button up is going to be universal as well, because again, that's going to go with your black suit. But also now you can take the black pants off, keep your black blazer, your white suit, put on a pair of jeans, and pop a color shoe on. Okay. Or if you don't have a pop a color shoe, you got a nude shoe, you got a black shoe, you got a clear heel. All that's gonna work. Throw on your red lip, and now you got a whole outfit with some gold or silver accessories. And now you got transitional pieces. So I would say, at least as a speaker or entrepreneur, having at least those two pieces in your wardrobe is going to be key. Also, just having a good pair of jeans. With those, it can be a pair of skinny jeans that fit well. You want to stay away from the deconstruct denim, because you want a pair of more of a casual dressing, like a Levi denim is going to be really good. It's going to give you a classic jean look that you can dress up or dress down. Or you can go for a skirt if you would like. I would say a pair of wide-legged pants. You're going to need one of those other three as an options in your closet, along with your black suit. So you got your black suit, you got your white button up, and then you're going to need a no pair of bottoms. So with those bottoms, I would say a classic either denim or all three would be great, but depending on your budget, you want a classic denim pair of pants, or you want to get you a nice A-line skirt, or you can get you a nice pair of wide-legged pants. And you can choose, that can either choose to be a color pair of pants. Again, you got your white button up. That's gonna go with either pair of those pants or that skirt you got. So either way, you always have an outfit to present yourself. So whether you're going for a casual event or if you're going for a more sophisticated dressy event, you got something you can pair with your basics. And then of course you're gonna need, I already said this, but a pair of heels. Whether that's black, nude, or clear, one of those three are gonna be key because they're gonna go with everything that you have as well. Okay, so that's for my ladies. Men, you guys gonna require a little bit more. You're also gonna need a suit. Now they tell me you're gonna need 3 types of suit, and it depends on the colors. It varies. A lot of times it's gonna tell you black, gray, and blue. They tell you have one of those suits, or they tell you like a tan. It is important for a man to also have 3 suits as well. 3 suits for you mean you're gonna have multiple looks because now all you have to do is tailor your shirts and your ties. And as you build that up, you're gonna have multiple outfits and also interchangeable looks with your suits. Suits are so key to have in your closet because again, with one suit, you can create so many looks, y'all, so many looks. So a suit for both perspectives is gonna be great in your closet. And men, again, you're gonna need a pair of dress shoes. Find you a good pair of dress shoes, investing them in. I mean, even if you can't, there's a lot of really great stores, y'all. As a stylist, I learned how to shop on a budget for some of my clients. So you can find some amazing things in like Nordstrom Rack. If you shop at TJ Maxx, I'm telling like some stuff you can really find high quality and stuff at a really good price. So as an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to be budget friendly. I know people who can thrift and put outfits together. More power to you. Find some good thrift stores because you can as well. Again, just giving you nuggets and key to get some of these items because we all may be in different price range. If not, again, we can go to the mall. Bell is another great place to get suits and stuff for at a reasonable price. Stores, and then you have your more high-end clientele stores that you can go to as well. When if you want to splurge on your suits a little bit more, then you can also do that as well. But just keeping you in the basic frame of what you would need at a decent budget as a beginning entrepreneur or well-off entrepreneur. Having those 3 items as a woman and as a male is really going to help you. And males, I think I told you the shoes would be like a brown shoe and definitely a black shoe. If you got those 2 and you got one, at least one of those 3 suits, but if not, at least not one of those 3 suits, but if you got one of those suits, get you 2 different shirts. Get you a white shirt, a cream shirt, and possibly a navy shirt. And then with that one suit, you just got 3 different suits that you can wear. And then you can change out the bottoms. And then as you explore and you get there, a nice pinstripe suit is going to be great to have as well. You can build up your closet. So start there. And so will you always have something, because that's going to be important when we talk about confidence. You feel as good as you look. And if you don't really feel confident in what you're wearing, when you get on stage to speak, a lot of times that's going to exude because you're not feeling your best. You feel like people are looking at you and they can see, oh, what she got on. You're not going to feel confident. Oh, that doesn't fit. And dress for your body type, ladies. It's okay. We're never the same size always, but you can still make your current body look amazing. So dress for that and make sure you find pieces that are flattering for your body type. So it's good to, maybe if you can only do once a year, you connect with your stylist and you guys talk about your wardrobe, talk about what's flattering to your figure, because every body type does require different looks and what looks better on your body type. Not that something looks horrible, but maybe for your body type, you might need to have wide-legged pants. It's going to elongate you, make you look taller and leaner. Or you're okay with doing certain skirts, maybe A-line skirts, or maybe the wrap skirt. So, a wrap dress. So all that's important to get that. I would say it's a good investment to connect at least once a year with a stylist who can help you plan out your year as far as what you want to wear, even if you can't do it all year long. That's a good tip to do, especially I think as an entrepreneur, so that you'll know how you plan yourself. And I'm going to check to see if there's a question. What pieces are good to conceal larger arms and love handles? Good pieces, quarter length sleeves. Are you not for if someone who may feel like I don't really, we want to conceal your arms, quarter length sleeves are really good. So those are sleeves that's going to come a little past your elbows. You can also do wide sleeve. I have like a wide sleeve dress on right here. So it doesn't, it's very flowy. So something like that will work. Also just a long sleeve as well, if you want to go that way, or, even like a button-up shirt, those that have a little bit of a looser arm can help. So that will help conceal. And love handles. Wrap dresses, those are really good because what they require, they give your body, and depending on material as well, sometimes you may have to wear an undergarment, but a lot of times that gives you a more curvy illusion. So having a wrap dress is really good, or even a nice wrap top. If you want to conceal love handles, these get a top that's, I don't want to call it peplum because that's not the right name for it anymore. But you guys may remember the peplum shirts. If you get something that's more fitted at the top and a little flare out of the bottom, that's automatically going to give you a curve, but you want to balance that off with a more fitted bottom. It doesn't have to be tight, but maybe the bottom where you have those dress pants that may be a little fitted and they flare out, that would be really good. Or even if it's a pencil length taper pants. Taper pants are really good too. So a lot of times the conceal love handle is get you more of a flowy top, and flowy doesn't mean it has to be large. It just means that it flare out in the areas that you want to conceal. You're welcome. Any other questions regarding wardrobes, guys? Males.
You
you
know
talk-
your, you know
Can
your
you-
stuff, Keonna.
Oh, I look, ain't nobody got no questions. I'll give y'all some questions. Can you talk shapewear?
Yes. Shapewear, y'all, it's gonna be, I will say sometimes it really is trial and error because it's shapewear. So you want to find a shapewear that's gonna fit best for your body. There is a lot of brands out there that is doing great shapewear. Yeti, Skims actually have really great shapewear that may be a little pricey. It is another brand that I don't know why it's coming to my mind right now, but their shapewear is really good. Oh yeah, I'm so mad I'm forgetting the name of it. I see it right now. Oh, it's really popular too. Not Yeti, it's another one. I'm so sorry, I'm drawing a blank on it, y'all. But I would say shapewear, as you purchasing it online, read the reviews. Read the reviews, y'all. That's gonna be important when it comes to buying a lot of stuff online. Read the reviews for yourself for what a lot of women pay attention to the pictures with women that have them on. But you definitely need shapewear, especially with dresses, ladies. Depending on the type of dress you have, you don't want things moving and shaking. We don't want that type of distraction. You want to look clean and in place. Okay. Now there are some dresses where you can be free and like, thank God I don't put nothing on. But you want to think about, we're wearing our A-line dresses, we're wearing our those wrap dresses. Like I said, depending on that material, you're gonna need something up under it. So you want to make sure that you have a full body shapewear, and then also you can also have a shapewear where it's more so waist and down. A lot of times that's a shapewear a lot of us need. Like we say, we're trying to conceal our love handles, our mommy stomachs, or I just we like to eat stomachs. And so we want to make sure that we have on the proper shapewear, even when it comes to our legs. You want things to just look nice, clean, and to scent snatch. And so making sure you do have the proper shapewear, and also not just shapewear, y'all, but the proper undergarments. Making sure you're wearing the proper bras. That's going to be important. The proper undies. Trying to get it clean for the fellas. They're like, where's this going? But that's all a part of your confidence too, because you can, if you're uncomfortable with what you got on, sometimes that's gonna show off. You walking a different way because they done went to the wrong places. So make it, ladies, we know. So it's important that when you're out presenting, you making sure that everything up under is as confident as what you got on top, because that's gonna show. And so making sure you have your right bra size, make sure you're getting fitted properly, and making sure, depending on what you have, that your undergarment matches the material and the color. We should know white means black or nude. So just making sure that you're doing that as well. All that's going to be part of your shapewear and your body image when you're presenting, because you don't want to come across and everything is showing in the wrong way, or it's not fitting right, and that's going to show based on what you have on.
Awesome.
So get
Thank you
fitted too.
Thank you, Keonna B. Just wanted to time check, Sade. I know Akintude is here. I don't know how you wanted the program going tonight, if we still had a couple more moments with Keonna, or
Probably need to wrap it up.
about the transition to producing side of things. Keonna B, any final thoughts and transitional thoughts before we move on to the next portion of this conversation?
Just continue to be
Get up.
bold and confident in what you guys wear, trust in yourself, and know that you got this. And you're gonna look amazing if you just get the help, a little bit of help, and have confidence. Okay.
And Keonna, if they want to get in contact with you, can you put your information in the chat? Like I said, she is in the Columbia, South Carolina area. She has an email, website. So if y'all have questions, you know, make sure before you come to media day that you have checked your outfits. Get somebody else to look at them, you know, and everything like that, so that you know you're coming, and bring a couple different outfits just in case. You just never know, ladies. So yeah, Keonna, if you could just put your information in there, so we could, they want to get in contact with you, they know how to do that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Akintude, thank you for being here with us. Keonna B, you can feel free to hang out if you desire, or you can transition up to you if you want to get some of this entrepreneur doses with KB, and it's up to you. We're preparing for our media day. Our first session involved Akintude. The title of the session was we are producing the entrepreneur. And what we did was we looked over your brand and looked over your ideas, your visions, the same way he looks over a script or a concept before he produces a work. And we realized that when it comes to stepping forth in media, that you're producing something. So Akintude, we have traveled a lot of time since you last time you've been here. So thank you for your time, sir. I know you probably have prepared questions or either concepts you want to give to us, but I want to let you know how far we come so far. We're gearing up on August 22nd to get these marvelous entrepreneurs headshots together, as well as we're doing some interview with Blue Planet Media, some testimonials. Prof. Chanel, myself, are gearing up to interview these entrepreneurs and ask them questions, but then they'll also have opportunities to say stuff that the creative directors tell them to say to get their brand to come to life. So they have content to go on their social media, go on their website, and everything like that. But that's where we are now. So we'll just let you be who you are. If you want to catch up with them, you can, or give whatever is needed. And of course, the chat's open for questions. So ladies and gentlemen, Akintude Warnock.
Hey family, good evening. How y'all doing? Thank you, PC. Thank you, Prophet Chanel. Shout out to Sade and Keonna for doing the wonderful administrative details that go into these great events, and great information, Keonna. That really blessed me. Can y'all see me? Is my camera on properly? Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. But I see we have the team is in house, and y'all got some good information. I just caught the tail end of Keonna's presentation. Great information. And let me just say this to everybody. I fully understand the butterflies and the nervousness that you have right now. Please believe it. It is normal. Do not feel in any way that you are not this or not that or wrong or off. No, it is that next week is major. It is very major. And a huge shout out to Prophet Chanel and Pastor Chandler for conceptualizing, visualizing, creating such an amazing opportunity. Please understand, this is game changing. When you have this access to the level of information, but also the level of production that you're going to have next week with my brother Lance Vaughn and his team, y'all going to come out looking amazing. You ever seen a YouTube video and you're like, man, that looks so great, so clean. Man, I wish I could do that, but I can't do it because I'm on my phone, I'm on my laptop, and I really wish I had that. You got it next week. You have it in your hands next week, full stop. So take full advantage of it. And so tonight, I want to briefly share just really 5 things. 5 things I want to share with you. And then I want to ask you some questions just to make sure you're prepared like we did last time. And keep it a buck, keep it 100, and make sure that you are prepared coming up on next week. So the first thing is, this is the first thing. I have only 2 don'ts. Okay, I'm saying it's only 2, but it could be, it could change. But I have only 2 don'ts. Here's the first don't. Please, don't overthink, but do prepare. Okay? If you're like me, I have the propensity to overthink things, be way deep in my head. I'm talking about, and then you find out you like, oh man, and oh man, I was worried about the wrong thing. Why? Oh, I didn't even have to worry about that. So prepare. Understand, prepare, but just don't overthink, because when you begin to overthink things, you can talk yourself out of who you are. You can talk yourself out of what you know already, what you're confident about. So please don't overthink, but do prepare. Here's another one. Do not procrastinate. Please do not procrastinate. So you're talking to a recovering procrastinator. So, and it makes me mad sometimes because I'm that person that for years I was the dude who would study for the test the night before. And I'm kicking myself. I'm like, God, dog, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I got this class at 8 o'clock. God, dog, if I just would have did this Saturday, or if I just would have did this Friday. But now I'm gonna be up all night. I got this presentation or this test or whatever. This is not the time to do that. And here's why it's not. Because number one, video captures everything. So what you can hide on a Zoom call, what you can hide even in a conversation, video captures that. Video captures those little small things. So the key is do not prepare. Make sure that, do not procrastinate. Make sure you prepare. Think about, how you want to be presented. Think about your posture. Think about your eye lines. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but do not procrastinate. And because what it does is it gives you unnecessary anxiety. I see somebody say, I learned the hard way about procrastination. Yeah, I didn't read the whole comment, but yeah. So because of what you have next week, please believe it. When you walk in the room, you're going to see the photographers are going to be ready. The cameras are going to be ready. The audio is going to be ready. The lighting is going to be excellent. Everything's going to come together well. So you want to prepare to make sure you maximize this opportunity. So here's a couple ways you can do that. You know yourself, all right? So think about some things about yourself that you might have seen on a video, or you might have seen, thought about in an interview. Maybe it's a job interview. Even something you might have thought about, you wish you would have said differently on the date. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did I say that? Like answer those questions in your private time by yourself to ask yourself, why do you do that? Why do you talk? Like for me, I have to make sure that I have this little habit now because I wear bifocals. These are transitions lenses. So that means I see less, I have less medicine up here, more here, and a whole lot there because these 52-year-old eyes require me to look up. I have to be very careful when I'm talking to somebody, whether I'm close up or I'm on a Zoom call, on a video call, or even producing something. I have to be careful to make sure I drop my chin. Now, right now, I can't see you as well right now. Now, if I want to see you, I put my head back here. But guess what? This looks terrible on camera. This looks horrible on camera. If I'm talking like, yeah, man, I'm a producer, or I'm a nurse, or I do contracts, or I'm a mortgage broker, and I got my head up the whole time. Like, think about those things like ahead of time. Don't procrastinate. Prepare ahead of time, and think about those little things that cause you, that you make you say, man, I wish I would have done that. Because that 4K video is going to capture everything about you. Everything. Okay. Here's another thing. Consider things like your eye line. Like, so when you talk to people, do you maintain strong eye contact with people? Or do all your eyes over here? When your eyes are over there, what that communicates is I'm not confident in what I'm saying. So when you answer a question, be clear about looking straight ahead and focusing on whomever you're answering. Now, if the director tells you to look away from the camera like this, you see a lot of videos right now on Instagram where the person is talking off camera. That's designed that way because it's designed, particularly if you're coaching, it's a power shot. It's designed to show you talking to somebody else. So it makes you look like an expert to be looking off camera. But I don't know if they're going to have you looking at the camera more like an interview style, or maybe a combination of whatever it is, wherever they tell you, make sure you maintain strong, consistent eye contact throughout. I want you to get that burned in your head. Strong, consistent eye contact throughout. Strong, consistent eye contact throughout. So if you ask me, you say, what do you do? And if I say, well, I'm a comedian, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, that looks good only if you're some A-list actor trying to not look like you are self-consumed. So if you see a lot of movie actors and they'll be in an interview, they'll say, what do you think about this movie? Well, I thought this movie was, I felt like I had to really get in her head or his head to really consume this character. What they're trying to do is to say that, hey, I'm a regular person. I'm a down-to-earth person. I'm not consumed with myself. I'm not being arrogant. I'm not cocky. But that's for them. They can do that because their performance is already on the screen. You're selling yourself in a moment. So you have to make sure that what you're communicating is strong, consistent, and that you maintain solid eye contact. Here's another thing. Make sure that you don't do what I do. I've had to work long and hard on this. Don't abandon your thoughts mid-sentence. Complete the thought. That's why it's good to practice and not procrastinate. So if you believe in something, say it. Don't abandon that thought mid-sentence. So, okay, great question. So here's an example of that. So let's say you ask me, hold on. I got comedians calling me, excuse me. Let's say you ask me a question like, how you feel about the election? Okay, well, I feel like the election is one this year that could be one that could be it could be very interesting if this happens. See what I did? As opposed to me giving you my full thought, I just bounced on the thought mid-sentence and started talking about something else. Because the reason why I answered that way is because on some level, I'm not confident in what I'm saying. So let me try that again. So what do you think about the election this year? I think this election is going to be very interesting, possibly strange. I really don't know what's going to happen, but you can guarantee this much. I'm tuned in because it will be one for the history books. Whether you agree with what I said or not, you heard clearly what my thoughts are. I gave you my thought to the end of the sentence.
So good.
So I didn't bounce on it. So like somebody might ask me, where are you from? So I'm answering the question based on my immediate thought, right? But watch me bounce to something else in the middle of it. Okay, where are you from? Well, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. My wife and I, we live in Columbia. Well, we're from Savannah, Georgia, actually. We moved to Columbia from Savannah in 2003. What I did was I remembered mid-sentence that, yeah, I'm not from Columbia. I live in Columbia. So because I live in Columbia, I need to clarify for you that I'm from Savannah, Georgia. So the way you avoid that is by preparing yourself ahead of time. So when you answer the question, you are fully prepared and you're not all over the place. Because this is going to be memorialized. High definition 4K video, crispy, clean, pristine audio for all to hear. And what you don't want to have is you shoot this great interview, take these great pictures, and you feel like, oh, I like the pictures, but I hate my interview. I've had so many people that I've done interviews for, myself included before, say that. You spend time, money, energy, and to get this interview, and then because you're not prepared, or because you overthought it, you hate what you did. You can't stand what you did. And then years later, you go back and say, oh, it wasn't so bad. I actually like that. I want to use that. No, let's avoid that right now, but simply preparing and knowing what you're going to say. To that point, I want you to go through your business, your journey, and what you believe, and come up with power statements. Come up with power statements that you believe wholeheartedly.
That's good.
So go through and just sift and dissect. Like, think about who you are. Think about your business or your ministry or whatever you're offering. Okay, and think about what you believe and come up with power statements. And prepare those power statements. They don't have to be long. They don't have to be wordy. If you notice today in particular, we're fighting scrolls. You're fighting this. 3 seconds. This is what you're fighting right here. If you don't catch me in 3 seconds, you're gonna get scrolled on. I don't care who you are. If it now it may be something about the video that catches my attention. Facts. Hair, clothes, makeup, maybe it's the location you're in or a car or something like that. It may capture my attention, anybody's attention, but you got 3 seconds to grab me. If you don't hold me, guess what? I'm scrolling because I already see on my phone something else I already want to take a look at. So I already see something in the corner. If you're on a desktop, that's already caught my attention. So you're fighting the attention economy, and you got to make sure that you think that you're communicating a message that you believe. So power statements, like so. Here's one I just did for a course I'm doing for comedians. Give you an example of what I'm saying. Never get on social media and say book me. Never. You never say book me. Always tell people what you're doing and let them know how they can reach you. But you never say book me, because book me means I don't have bookings. I need bookings. And if you don't have bookings, it may be a reason why you don't have bookings, means people will not book you. I believe that so passionately. That's a power statement. Now, a comedian could look at that and say, I don't agree with that. I think that's a lot. Maybe you do, but guess what you will not be confused about, whether I believe it or not. So think about your business. So whether it's nursing, whether it's real estate, whether it's ministry, whatever it is, think about your business and create power statements. Now you're going to have the interview with Pastor Chandler and Pastor Chanel and Prophet Chanel. So that when they when you answer those questions, just answer those questions honestly, answer them confidently, and answer them in full sentences. But along with that, even if it seems repetitive or redundant, make sure you have power statements written out about what you believe. Because it could be that 3 seconds, that 10 seconds, that 20 seconds, 30 seconds that somebody gives you on a YouTube short or Instagram reel that could change everything. You could have one reel that goes viral simply because you believe what you're saying. So come up with those power statements. Here's the last point before I kind of go back and cover everything and make sure we got time to talk. Talk about what you believe passionately. So if there's a part of your business or your ministry or your organization or your journey that you're unsure about, that's okay. We all have those. Please understand. But for this presentation next week, this opportunity next week, talk about what you believe passionately. You don't want to be sketchy about something. Like I've learned over the years, it's okay to say I don't know something. So when I'm in a meeting with somebody and they ask me, so you're talking about producing or directing or writing or something like that, and they ask me, so what do you think about anime? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I know very little about anime. So I'm not going to sit and tell you I know a lot about anime. Because guess what? I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be searching for my words. I'm going to be trying to pull something together. You can tell in my face, because people think that you are fooling somebody, and then your eyes are glazed over, and you can tell you don't believe what he's saying. She don't believe what she's saying. Like, talk about what you're passionate about, and make sure that what you're communicating is something that you believe wholeheartedly. So again, go back and review. Go through your presentation. Go through maybe something that you did before in the presentation, or a talk you gave, or interview, whatever that was. Go back through and create power statements. A power statement should be something that's ideally about 3 sentences at the max. Something that you can deliver. It shouldn't be something that's long. Don't try to be over complicated to look intelligent. I've learned something over the years. Simplicity is facts and truth. If you ask your child where they've been and they got a long story, they walk in the house, where were you? Okay, so me and Rashika, we had got together, and then Rashika mom, you know, her mama a nurse. Her mom worked at the hospital. That child is searching for the story. That teenager is probably lying. Okay. And the same thing go for grown folks and adults. I would use an adult example, but I don't want to bring up no bad memories for nobody. Okay. So, but simplicity, just giving straight facts, that's truth. That's something that you know about. Again, you can somebody else may not believe it, and they may want to argue the point, but they'll know that you believe. Like what happened the other day? I was watching President Trump on something, former President Trump, and they asked him something. He went on a long story about Kamala Harris. I was like, what? I said, man, you'd have done better just saying, I don't know, and I don't care. I would have respected that, but that long, you went all the way around the neighborhood instead of coming straight down the cul-de-sac. Like simplicity, facts, give it to them straight. So create your power statements. Remember, answer the question in full sentences. Don't abandon your thought mid-sentence. And the way you do that is by preparing. Do not procrastinate. Do not second guess yourself. Okay. And I'll give you, I'm gonna add two little pieces. Then I'll tell you I was gonna add something. Here comes two. Here's a little homework for you. Either go into your business, do a search on Instagram for your business, or even somebody else, particularly coaches. If you look at like business coaches, life coaches, they have a lot of times they're very clear about what they believe. And so find people that are very clear about what they believe and look at how they communicate. Look at how they cut through the fat and get straight to the point. Because you got a short amount of time to capture someone's attention. And then, the second one is, please, do not put your attention on someone else like the day of, like whatever you did to your hair is what you did to your hair. So don't get in the room and be like, oh, I wish I would have did that. Oh, because I'm telling you, that's men and women. We all do it. Man, God, dog, I knew I should have did that. Oh, that cut is banging. Think about that for the next time. You are when I tell you are killing yourself, right? Not killing yourself. You are greatly hampering yourself in this moment. If you walk in the room and you see something or somebody else, you're like, oh my God, man, I wish I should have did my beard like that. I knew it. Man, I should have cut my goatee like that. Or ladies like, man, I should have, that's a bad lace front right there. Don't do it. Bad business. You better talk yourself out of your harvest. Okay? So focus, whatever, and sometimes whatever you, don't look at somebody else might be simple or they may be more creative, whatever it is, you are there now. But do take what Keonna said and bring some different options. Because you might get in the room and you say, hey, you know what? I want to do this right here. I want to do that right there. And again, even with clothes. And Keonna said it, I believe I heard her say this. Simplicity, a lot of times, is the best thing. Like she was telling y'all about working your outfits. Hey, particularly I'm talking to guys right now because I don't know so much about women's clothes, but I'll say this. Nothing wrong with taking that shirt off. And don't worry. Don't spend all day worrying about a pocket square. Forget that. A good pressed shirt with some great information is gonna make the difference. Nobody's gonna book you. Nobody's gonna do a contract with you because you had a nice pocket square on. Okay. Nobody's gonna say, ooh, I want to do a $800,000 contract with her because her eyebrows was tight. Oh, I don't know who did her eyebrows, but man, I want to spend some money with her. That ain't how that works. That's not how that works. Okay. So definitely don't get in the room and have your mind all over the place. So you're driving down or driving in or pulling up wherever you're coming from and your mind is all over the place. No, at that point, whatever you got is what you got. Nail it. If you need to make an adjustment, make an adjustment. If something is wrong, go in the bathroom and fix it. But here's the other thing. Like not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, I was shooting something and I realized, like when I got there, that I had a faint like grease spot on the shirt. It's like a faint grease spot on the shirt. And now here's the thing. I know better now. So my son was like, "Hey, Dad, you got a grease spot on your shirt." I said, "Okay, yeah." He said, you want to go in there and get that off? I said, "And wet it up now? 30 minutes before we started recording?" I said, "No." He said, "You don't think that's gonna show up?" I said, "No." I said, "It's not. And if they do, who cares? I mean, who cares? I got a little grease spot on my shirt. Who cares?" At this point, because I know better than to let that grease spot get in my head. So now the whole recording, guess what I'm thinking about? The grease spot. Not recognizing that the grease spot is cropped out of the shot anyway. Not recognizing that the lighting is hitting the shirt in such a way that the grease spot looks like a shadow. Again, not recognizing if somebody does have a grease spot. I remember one guy who's like a billionaire. He's a billionaire. And doing one of his interviews, he had like dry beard flakes and dandruff on all over his shirt. But guess what? I don't care about that. This dude is a billionaire in his area. I don't care nothing about your dandruff flakes or them crumbs on your shirt. I don't care nothing about that. I'm listening to what you say. So just focus on what's really important and don't get stuck. But make sure you prepare, because this is an amazing opportunity. And if you play this right, you can get a year's worth of content on social media. Just think about, I think the interview, how long is the interview, Sade? Oh, Prophet Chanel?
It'll be about 20 or 30 minutes, depending on question and how it flow.
Wow. That's a lot. Y'all, I need y'all to understand something. That's a lot of content. That's a lot of content. Like, imagine this. Let's just take 10 minutes, right? Imagine the average Instagram short or TikTok video or YouTube short. The average one is somewhere between 30 to 60 seconds. A long one, and that's usually a story or a joke or some type of action, those are 90 seconds. But if you look at the time with the average short, Instagram short or reel, 30 to 60 seconds. So think about that. If you go into this conversation, you prepared yourself, you created your power statements, you're answering the questions in full sentences, you're really confident about what you're saying, what's going to happen is you're going to get, you can have 20, potentially even more. I don't want to exaggerate, but you can have 20 just great short videos that you can release over time. And then you can go back and re-release them, and you can let somebody cut them up into these great little reels with text on the screen, movements, and great transitions and other effects on it. And you can have an amazing amount of content that really can help scale your business. Or it can just be one extended talk that you send to someone that's hiring you for a job or considering you for a contract, and they listen to this, they watch this video for an extended period of time. So again, I don't want you, definitely prepare. Don't overthink. Definitely prepare, and make sure you're confident and really do your due diligence about what you have to say, what you have to communicate. So that's all I have planned to say. Shada, you can let me know how much time we have, and then
we have time. Yeah, we have time. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I like to do is if I could bring anyone up on screen and then kind of ask some questions. I mean, if you want to ask a question about anything I said, and I just want to make sure that everybody is prepared to the best of my ability in the time we have left. So again, this is a great opportunity next week, and you want to make sure you're ready to knock this out the park. We have any volunteers?
Can I make a comment on a very rookie first time on TV mistake I made?
Please.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed, and I still catch myself doing this. I probably, y'all have heard this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. So my very first national TV appearance, I was on Melissa Harris Perry show, and we were in the satellite office at, I don't know, NBC or wherever she was at. And so we were streaming in live to her broadcast, but I didn't know. I thought we was gonna be over there with her. I don't know what I thought. So We did our own makeup, our own hair, which that was fine. I could do my own hair and makeup. That wasn't a problem. But we couldn't see, I couldn't see her. So we had an earpiece in.
Oh.
And the way they had us, we were up in like we were a box up, or like a split screen. And so there's no, we can't see her, and it's a little delay. So I'm not paying attention. I have the earpiece and we're talking and we can hear her, and it's me and my co-founder, we can hear each other. So the whole time, like how I would be on the phone, I'm like nodding. I'm like, ooh, I am acting like I'm on the phone. Do you get what I'm saying? And I am not acting like so when she says, I'm like, myself doing all this nodding, all these faces.
Yep.
And I did well because I'm a great speaker, but I was so embarrassed. And so now I catch myself whenever I am engaged in listening, active listening to someone that is on camera with me. After God be like, Shanita, I have to tell myself, stop nodding, you're doing all that nodding. Because I'm like, yeah, I'll be like, get your face together, smile. So I want to spread some little laughter so y'all won't make the mistakes I made.
That's true. I've done that. I've done similar stuff like that. Me, I'm a person who, I talk with my hands a lot and I touch my face a lot, which looks terrible when you're doing media. If you always going, see, you can't do that. Like it's natural when you're talking to somebody to fidget or do this right here, mess with your collar. Whatever it is, what it is. So, but you're so right. And when you are, sometimes you're doing an interview like that, you have to really fake it sometimes, because you literally, when you're talking to somebody and they're Tiffany, when you do your first TV interview, right, you may or may not see that national or regional or local person who's interviewing you, but you have to act like you have to know what your resting face is. What's my resting face? What's my engaged face? And then work that. And it's like, because the key, what the rule is don't be a distraction while somebody else is talking. So if me and Prophet Chanel doing a split screen interview, I should not be a distraction while she's communicating. And what you see sometimes is, like, I saw this other day on MSNBC. They asked Al Sharpton something. And Al Sharpton wasn't on screen. And Al decided, I'll drink me some water. I'm like, Al, sir, you know better. You know. It was a 4-shot. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. And Al on the side, I'm gonna use my lotion bottles or something. He like. I'm like, Al. And immediately they went to, I know the director was like, cut, go to one shot, go to one shot. But again, that's where the preparation comes from. And I'm telling you, I don't know what day it is next week, but if it's Tuesday, you want to be doing this Sunday, Saturday, Friday. It's Thursday. Thank you, Shadi. So you don't want to be doing this Wednesday, because you're gonna make yourself anxious. You're gonna give yourself unnecessary anxiety. Like, and guess what? Because I do this, I do this to this day. It is nothing wrong with getting in the mirror by yourself and preparing. Now, I don't suggest you do this the night before, because you'll wear yourself out, and then you'll be tired. You'll be like, I look tired. Well, don't worry about it. But definitely get in the mirror with yourself and practice. Guess what? The best example of what a camera gonna look like is this phone. These wonderful devices. If you don't have one, get you a tripod. Put that phone on a tripod. Or right now I got this little $15 stand that's on right here. Put it on there and communicate your message. Then go back and judge yourself. Again, don't overthink. Okay, but definitely prepare. Definitely prepare. Again, it's a fine line between overthinking, you know what I'm saying, and prepare. But then work out those things about yourself. No, you might find that when you talk, You might do something with your eyes that can be distracting. Okay. You might be a person whose eyes get big when you, that may be okay, but ultimately, and guess what? Let me say this right. Everything I'm giving you, it's okay if you don't nail it all. Let me just say that to you. Okay. I don't want to overwhelm you with preparation. Okay. But if you can take this and apply it, do so just because you spend the time, money, energy, effort. You're investing your faith, and this become being done well and excellent. So make sure you put the preparation in behind it. And last thing I'll say before I answer any other questions, let me say this to you. Don't overdo in one area and not focus on the what really matters. Like, don't spend too much time. I've done this before. Don't spend too much time worrying about your clothes that you don't prepare your statement. So now you don't ran around trying to find the right this or that or this or you've been on Amazon. You've been going back and forth on Amazon because the necklace did not come like it was supposed to, and now it's at the UPS and you're like, oh God, I gotta go over there. Look, learn to see the devil from afar. Say like, hey, that's the devil. That means I'm gonna have a dope necklace when I get back. I'm gonna have a dope watch when I get back. Don't let that thing wear you out and you're so consumed with that one particular thing that you don't focus on writing my power statements, communicating effectively what I want. Last thing, I'll tell you this real quick, last thing. So, and you can actually, I'm telling you, you can go and watch this. Okay, so this guy used to make my suits in Atlanta. So I told him, I said, hey, I'm coming to do Sister Circle in Atlanta. I want a different suit. Now, what I should have did was wore some out the closet. Because at the end of the day, just go in there and be funny, bro. Don't worry about don't overthink how you looking. So when I get to his house, the suit that he was supposed to have, he's like, oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Just come to the house. Don't even go to the shop. I'm like, okay. I get to his house. He gives me a suit that's way too big for me. Way. And it's so, and guess what? I didn't do something that I know better. I do this to this day. I'm on vacation and I have suits. Okay. I did not have a backup suit. I didn't have another jacket in my bag. I always carry another suit just in case something come up, right? So now I got to wear this big old suit. It's so big. It's like this is like 4 or 5 years ago. The suit was like Steve Harvey era, big baggy suit, big, right? It's distracting me. When I get there, I decide I'm gonna take a clamp and clamp the back of my jacket because they're not gonna see that on the screen. What happens when I go out? The one of the guys in the back, he said, oh, don't worry about that. He said, don't worry about it. They won't even see that from the back. What happens when I go out? The cameraman comes and meets me when I come from out the back, picks me up on Steadicam, swings around the back of me. What do you see? 2 big old clips on the back of my jacket as I walk up and say hello to them. Great interview, engaging. I gave information. I was funny. I did. My wife always tell me I gave my social media. But what people have in the comments? Why old boy had a clamp on the back of his jacket? What? So if you ever see it on my website, me on Sister Circle, it cuts. It starts when I sit there. You catch me sitting down. Why? Because I had to cut that other mess out. Okay? All I'm saying is don't focus on the wrong thing. Focus on what really matters. Don't get distracted. Anybody have any other questions or any thoughts? And then we can I just want to make sure y'all are prepared for this amazing opportunity next Thursday. Everybody good?
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say when I did the reel, we really had to practice. Like those when people are going out on TV, the producers are going through and practicing because they don't have that much time and they shot like 15,000 episodes in one day. And it's like we were going over our lines. And so, yeah, I just want to reiterate. I know sometimes y'all will see us, you'll see us flow, because it's okay for that type of environment. But for content that you're gonna professional grade content, you want to make sure that you are as polished as possible. Like I would act like you own Sister Circle or whatever, insert your favorite TV show, because it's gonna, yeah, that's how they look and flow, and how it's so tight and crispy is because we was practicing.
Yep. And to that point, Prophet Chanel, a lot of people don't realize sometimes when you do certain shows, they have teleprompters, particularly news shows. Now, I would suggest you don't even think about a teleprompter today. I mention that only because reading off a teleprompter is a whole art unto itself. It's a whole art. But a lot of times you'll see people and they seem very prepared, particularly on news shows, because they're reading it. It is on the screen, even interviews. Like they like that. That's why think about this as your moment. And here's the thing about your moment. Here's the thing, the thing to recognize. Today on social media, there is no such thing as organic social media, because you're paying for it. No such thing as organic social media. And even if you're not paying for it, that means you are the product. So they're controlling who sees your content. The reason why I say that is because this is your moment. You can take this content and cut it up however you want to. And guess what? Even if you don't go, you don't have to go naturally viral. You can take it and you can spend $75, $150 on an ad campaign, $300 on an ad campaign, and boost that ad or run a schedule on that ad. So no matter what you, it's not about being on the biggest show. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody don't get a chance to be on The Real. The Real is a great show. It's a huge show at that, right? But this could be your wonderful pre-Real situation, or it can be your version of The Real because it can go viral, and you can determine if it goes viral. I just want you to know that this is your moment. Don't take it lightly at all. Nail this, and like I said, this will give you content in context for years. And if you get that opportunity, like Prophet Chanel she just referenced 2 shows that she's been on. A big part of why they probably put on those shows, I don't know for sure, was probably because they saw her on something else.
Yeah, everyone they found us from something else. So like we were found for MSNBC, we were on Black Enterprise first. And then from The Real, I don't know, it's a bunch of stuff they found us on. So, and since then, my co-founder, she was just on like, I don't know, she been killing it. She be on all kind of stuff. Like the press stuff never stopped. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So if you have really good pieces of content, then it just keeps going and going and going, especially if you have like a really good story. That is the thing. I've actually been thinking about this as I gear up for some other PR stuff that I'm working on. I was thinking about like, man, the science behind why my company, My Abana, has longevity in the media for 12 years. And it's because what we did was we created a really good brand story, and we were consistent in telling that story. And it's been the same story. Like Tiffany's known me the whole time we've had it. It's been the same story over and over and over. We didn't, I mean, it's evolved. Of course, it's layers have been added, but we picked something that was really shocking. That's what it is. We made very bold claims of where we were going, not what we had. And it's so funny. I was literally talking to Bianca about this a few moments, like earlier today. And I want you guys to take this because I feel like that's the reason why we were talking about it. I was talking to her, and I guess it goes into what PC said about confidence. I said, we had the boldness to get on Melissa Harris Perry's show and say we were going to analyze hair strands, and had never analyzed not nail hair strand. We didn't have nothing. We just knew that that's what we were going to do. So we spoke confidently towards the future. It was a year later that we actually figured out how to do it. Now we own a patent on it. And so what I found myself doing, we didn't get the patent till 2021, actually.
Wow.
Or 2022. No, 2021. 2021, we got the patent on it. So what I found myself in my newest brand, Her Beauty Regimen, I found myself trying to only speak from where I am now instead of what we're the big vision. And Holy Spirit said, no, be the big vision. And speak towards the big vision. That's what people are gonna hold on to. That's what people are gonna remember. So when we were 4 Black women from Georgia Tech claimed we were going to revolutionize the hair care industry in 2012 through science and technology, we wouldn't see the full manifestation of that till 2021 when the patent was approved. So that we're talking about almost a 10-year journey of us solidifying, but keeping true to that story. And so it makes me think about what I'm building. Well, I talk about the KBN.com. We've already told ourselves that we are the fastest growing media publication. We said we are the fastest faith-based media publication. Right? That is what we are saying. We put that on everything. And I cannot tell y'all until this, but we have got a verbal agreement of a giant in ministry that's going to grace our cover, right? That's because people want to be behind people who have the guts to dream big. And so I just wanted to say, and I know Akintude, you have something to say to that. This is your expertise. Have the guts to, even if you're not there yet, you don't know what God's going to do in the next 12 months while this content is playing and circulating. So if you're going to reach 1,000 homes, right? You need to say, I'm going to reach 1,000. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to pass it on to you. I know you got more color, but I just wanted to say that convicted me to not think about what I have in the strength of today, because that's already yesterday.
Jesus. Ma'am, that's a whole word right there. And sometimes we have the propensity, I know I've done this, is to second guess what you're going to say or the statement you're going to make because you haven't had the full manifestation of it yet. Or sometimes we don't know how powerful our past is. So we don't share or talk about it. To your point, I did an interview on a podcast, like a Facebook Live, with a sister who's a member of our church and part of our Right Direction leadership team, a sister named Gretchen Barron. So Gretchen, we was only talking about something, and because I had the propensity back then, when I started talking about my film career or my writing, particularly if I was around somebody who had a film degree, I would start talking about the fact that I didn't finish college. Gretchen, we finished, Gretchen said, she said, don't you ever mention that again. She said, you've been doing this at the time, 20-some, 28, 20, whatever years. She said, whatever you didn't accomplish in college, you far surpassed that now. She said, I forgot, she had a terminology for it, but it was basically earned expertise or earned, I forgot what it's called. But it helped me to stop thinking about what I didn't finish or didn't do, even if it's something you're currently dealing with. No, the word of God says to us that we're supposed to step and walk in faith. So walking in faith doesn't mean you're walking in doubt or coming across uncertain. No, confidence. Like, so what Prophet Chanel was talking about is being confident. What PC was talking about earlier is being confident. And people are drawn to confidence. People are drawn to confidence. And so, yeah, take that and run with it, and recognize like this is an amazing opportunity. And again, you can look back on this video that you shoot next Thursday, and you can look at it from years from now. And you can think about, man, that one little clip, one little piece led to this, that, and the third. One joke we did. I had one joke that I was going to do a show at the church, first time at Right Direction, and I just happened to call. He was Pastor Bill at the time, and I said, Pastor, can I? You mind if I record? He said, sure, go ahead. I said, yeah, I said, so we're gonna be there. I said, would you mind if I recorded myself? He said, yeah. So I wound up recording the whole CD that night. That CD, when I listen back to it, I'm like, man, this CD sounds like it's mastered. Because churches have audio set up to capture what? A message, clear audio, and you can hear the congregation. That one joke from that recording from a CD that I sold after the show, somebody took one joke off that CD, and before it was anything really viral or before social media, they took that one joke and attached it to an email and sent that email around to 1 million people on email. And because of that, I worked for like 5 years off that one joke. I'm saying to you, you're going to put something down on audio and video next week at a high level of excellence. One statement, one 15, 20, 30-second clip could cause you to go viral, whether that's purchase viral or quote unquote organic viral, however you want to call it. Or it could lead to you getting an opportunity on the show. Somebody see you on a show and they say, hey, oh, we're looking for a person who is an expert in this or that. And they pick up and they call you up and you trying to figure, well, how'd y'all find me? Because producers and bookers are on social media looking for people to book. You're answering and solving somebody's problem. Those shows are looking for people to book because that producer's like, oh, we don't have this person. We don't have this person. We don't have that person. Oh, who is this? Who is this lady right here who's talking about this hair care product? Oh, she looks like she's confident. She can talk. She know how to carry herself. Hey, just like that, you booked. You don't know where it came from, but that's how it happens. That's how it happens. So, if y'all don't have any questions or any other thoughts or any comments or whatever, definitely I hope that it was a blessing to you. Hope y'all take it, run with it, and nail it. And next Thursday, it's a game-changing moment for you. Yeah. Thank you, PC. Thank you, Prophet Chanel. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Fleet. It was somebody else that I remember last time I don't see her. But thank y'all. Huh?
You talking about Michelle? She had to step off.
Okay, maybe it was Michelle. Okay, there we go.
No, but thank you for this master class, which it really was for everything.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you so much.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Bye. All right, you guys. There was so much today. To try to make sure that y'all are prepared for next week. And as Akintude said, don't get nervous, but we just want to make sure y'all have everything so y'all feel prepared. And even if questions come up this week, feel free to reach out. Or some things come to mind as well, so we can make sure that you're at your best. And like I said before, the interview is a 30-minute slot, but that accounts for like everything, stopping, things like that. So just wanted to get those. Yes, you will have those questions this week. I'm going to try to get those. That's on my list. So I do have those. We'll send so that y'all can kind of prepare and, but even before then, I have to make sure we get your power statements, those prophetic power statements that are going to be needed as well. But make sure that you're comfortable with talking about your business and yourself. Know what your value, your brand stands for. Those types of things are going to be important. Like I said, I will send out the questions, but just in general, you should feel comfortable talking about those types of things. Any other things, Prophet Chanel, Pastor Chandler, that tips or anything you have for them?
I'll come in. I'm just curious.
Tiffany will be there, Michelle will be there, and Pastor Chastain will be there.
Oh, okay. Tiffany, you going to SWATA or are you coming for the? Oh, okay, good. Okay, just checking. Yeah.
I wanted to stay for Sunday. I wanted to stay for Sunday service too, but grandmama said, ma'am, you got your 3 days. Come on home.
Look, I was gonna stay for Sunday service, but now I got to get down there Wednesday because I forgot. Things when I text you, Johnny, I was like 8 o'clock. Oh gosh, let me figure something out. So yeah, same here. I'm leaving Saturday as well. Well, just curious.
Well, if no one has anything else, I'll just leave on a few announcements. Let me pull up. So just be mindful that we're not meeting next week because a lot of us will be together next week. The women's conference experience is next week. So we won't be meeting for TMM. So our next meeting will be, let's see, I have it right here. So I can get you the actual specific date will be August 26th. So keep that in mind. That will be the next time that we will meet all together. And let me make sure. Yes, that's a Monday. So that'll be the next time. So 2 weeks from today will be the next time that we will meet. Guess what? We got 6 more sessions to go. Can you believe that after today? So things are winding up fast. So keep in mind, October 11th is Activate. So I was going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. Save the date. Let us know if you're going to be able to be there. Prophet Shell, anything you want to say about that? About Activate? Let's see.
They dropped.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know. Sorry. I was on my announcement screen, so I don't know what happened. So, but yeah, so Activate. So we got everything to go with that. I'm gonna stop the recording.